Hey there, it's Anonymous Tea, where we spill the tea anonymously. Hello, 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 everyone. Hello, YouTubers. Hope you guys are all having an amazing day today, sending good vibes, sending positivity, sending blessings, and good energy to each and every single one of you. Thank you so much for tuning in. So today we're going to be talking about some celebrity trending topics, you guys, in the news. And we got a few things to get into on this October. So first and foremost, we're going to be talking about Diddy, aka the Diddler, because according to TMZ, he has assembled a new legal dream team because he is trying to still attempt bail, you guys, still trying to get bail. And could it be third time's the charm? So it says Diddy once again is trying to get himself released on bond 2 weeks after he was arrested, and we're told he's building a powerhouse legal team to try to make this a reality. New court documents show the rap mogul's lawyer filed to appeal the most recent order denying him bond. The appeal will be his third formal attempt to secure his release from behind bars as he awaits trial. Sources close to Diddy tell TMZ the rapper has added 2 more attorneys, Anthony Rico and Alexandra Shapiro, to the legal team working on his highly publicized criminal case. For those wondering, I was just about to ask, Alexandra is not related to famed defense attorney Robert Shapiro. We're told Tony is known as one of the finest trial attorneys in the country and trial lawyers in the country. And Alexandra has been called one of the best appellate lawyers practicing today. Sounds like Diddy is building his own dream team of sorts. TMZ broke the story. Diddy was arrested by federal agents in Midtown Manhattan at the Park Hyatt New York Hotel on September 16th and was arraigned the next day in court, where he was charged with sex trafficking, racketeering, conspiracy, and transportation to engage in prostitution. Diddy's arrest came 6 months after federal agents raided the Los Angeles and Miami homes in connection with a sex trafficking investigation. The father of 7 has denied the various allegations leveled against him in this case and several civil suits. The rapper went on to plead not guilty to the charges with his lawyer, Mark Agnifilo, sorry if I'm butchering your name, letter declaring the music producer is an innocent man with nothing to hide. And Diddy has been denied bail twice, despite the A-lister's attorney promising Diddy would put up a $50 million bail package and have no female visitors outside of family if the court allowed him to reside in his Miami home pending trial. However, after hearing the arguments from both the prosecution and the defense, U.S. District Judge Andrew Carter turned down Diddy's request for bail and stated the government has proven the defendant is a danger. I am just a little bit surprised, you guys, but I shouldn't be surprised, right? That Diddy is going to try to go full steam ahead and thinks that, again, because of his status, because of his wealth, that he deserves to be out on bail. And it's like, once the feds get you, like, what is not computing, right? They're going to make sure that you're in this jail. You have damaging videos. We still have more people coming out with lawsuits. And now, allegedly, people are trying to sell these alleged freak-off videos. They're already alleging that a bigger profile A-lister is on, allegedly, these videos. They won't say, obviously, who yet, but obviously we know there are a lot of rumors about who could be potentially getting taken down next and all of the things, you guys. But you know, Diddy's not going to stop. Diddy thinks he's above the law, and, you know, it's worked in its favor in the past regarding having Shine take the fall for his crime, right? So, nonetheless, he's going to keep trying. He's going to keep trying. He's going to try to get, you know, the A-list, you know, dream team and everything else and see if this works. But I just think there's just too much that they have on him, too much the feds have on him at this point, that I'm not seeing how this bail is going to happen. But nonetheless, we'll see what happens, because the only way I can see him getting out is if he truly has enough on these wealthy people and some of these other movers and shakers that they don't want out there, that they would allow this bail to happen. But even with that being said, I still don't feel that that's enough for him to be out on bail. Like, I'm just not seeing it. But we'll see what happens. We'll continue to monitor it. Next story is there was a trailer that just came out, you guys, for another Chris Brown documentary regarding ABUSE. So it says the following. This is coming from Billboard, but this is everywhere because I saw it first elsewhere. But it says, these new allegations are coming to Quiet on Set on Network ID. Chris Brown, A History of Violence will be released on October 27th. Chris Brown's history of alleged ABUSC and a myriad of lawsuits will be explored in a new documentary coming to Investigation Discovery. The Hollywood Reporter first reported the news regarding the doc on Monday, September 30th, which is titled Chris Brown, A History of Violence. The documentary is set to land on ID on October 27th as a part of the network's No Excuse for ABUSE campaign. While Chris Brown has spent many a time topping the charts, he has also dealt with plenty of legal issues dating back to his 2009 arrest for allegedly assaulting ex-girlfriend Rihanna. He ultimately took a plea deal after pleading guilty to felony assault in the case. Chris Brown's an amazing and talented musician, but let's call a thing a thing. He is an ABUSER of women, consistently, unapologetically. Unapologetic is one of the names of Rihanna's albums, I believe. But nonetheless, one woman can be heard saying in the Ample Entertainment produced doc's chilling trailer, an unidentified alleged victim is also coming forward to tell her story of abuse at the hands of the turbulent superstar for the very first time. I have not spoken about this matter publicly, but that is the only way he can be stopped, an altered voice says. Shortly after the premiere airs, The View, Sunny Hostin will reportedly slated to host a discussion alongside domestic violence experts and survivor advocates. Domestic violence is a very close personal issue to me as I reflect on my past as a prosecutor of these types of cases and in my role as a mother and public figure whose actions inform and help shape in the next generation, Hostin said in a statement. This issue is a prevalent epidemic which knows no socioeconomic boundaries, so I am dedicated to expanding and continuing this crucial conversation. The more we know, the better we can help advocate for change as a society. Investigation Discovery is coming off airing the bombshell Quiet on Set documentary earlier this year, with probed the child ABUSE that allegedly took place at Nickelodeon Studios. And then there's a link to the trailer. So here's the thing, because I see a lot of mixed reviews and mixed reactions to this, right? Because they're like, oh, why are they trying to take down Chris Brown and blah, 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 blah. Here's the thing, right? I don't like the hypocrisy that's taking place right now, right? Because when it was R. Kelly, and at the height of R. Kelly's career, the alleged SEX tape and all the things, you guys were outraged. You couldn't believe it. This was pre-social media, of course. But then all he had to do was drop Ignition and everything else, and everybody's back to celebrating R. Kelly. Some of you still listen to R. Kelly to this day, you guys, regardless of him sitting currently in prison, right? Because you're like, oh, I can separate the artist from the art. I can separate what he does in his free time because it's not me, right? And it's like, oh, okay, right? And you guys are doing the same thing with Diddy. You guys heard the rumors for decades about these alleged freak-offs, about how Diddy gets down, but you guys didn't care until you saw the Cassie video. And then all of a sudden, all of you guys were like, oh my gosh, Diddy is a monster. Diddy needs to be in jail, right? And then even with Chris Brown, right? Chris Brown, it does not leave my image of the leaked photo of Rihanna's beat up face, you guys. It's still to this day, it's so disgusting to me. It just boils my mind, right? That this even happened to her, right? And I felt so awful for her. But there are still people to this day that's like, oh, Rihanna provoked Chris Brown. She was fighting with him too, as if you guys were in the car with them to give a sworn witness statement of actually what took place in that car. None of you guys know. You guys don't. You guys were not there. The only two people that were there were Chris Brown and Rihanna. And then you're like, well, Rihanna forgave him, so we should all forgive him too. Here's the thing, you guys. You can forgive people, but you cannot forget. And that doesn't mean that we should enable toxic behavior. And you guys make this a point to make it seem like Rihanna is the only victim that has suffered at the hands of Chris Brown. There are several other women, including his other ex-girlfriend, Cariucci, who had a 5-year restraining order against him.
But you guys ignore all of that because you like his music, you like to see him in concert. His demographic is primarily women. A lot of black women go hard in the paint for him. And you guys, you turn a blind eye. You don't care. Some of you are already tweeting that you don't care about this documentary. You're going to continue to listen to his music. You guys, listen. I mean, I understand you think this is a big conspiracy. I will say this, right? Because two things can be true. Chris Brown, yes, very talented as an artist, as a musician, could have been an A-lister, could have been huge and all of the things had he kept his hands to himself. And that's not a lie. But the problem is, he likes to be a thug in his free time. He likes to hit women and do all these things in his free time. Everybody can't be lying. And like I said, we have physical proof of Rihanna. But I'm just so disgusted that like people want to pick and choose who they want to hold accountable for ABUSC. And if it's somebody that you like or somebody you like listening to their music, you're going to continue to ride with them till the depths. And it's like, for what? And then when something more serious happens, you're going to come back and do a whole 180 and be like, oh my gosh, I can't believe they did that. They're a monster. Oh my gosh, they need to be under the jail and blah, 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 blah. It was the same foolishness you guys did once the R. Kelly documentaries dropped on Lifetime. Now, all of a sudden, you can't believe it, but even some of you were still defending it and saying, oh, well, the parents need to be held accountable too, and all this and that. You were still defending R. Kelly, and you're still defending Chris Brown. These people are who they are, you guys. They are who you are. But I'm tired of the hypocrisy of it all, right? I'm tired of the hypocrisy. Chris Brown, yes, he's talented, but he has a problem not keeping his hands to himself as it pertains to women. Now, I'm not sure if people are just, looking at the Diddy situation and saying, hey, let me try to capitalize on everybody and try to make a quick coin. I don't know the motivation of why this is coming out now, or if something else recently has happened and somebody else feels empowered to come forward. I'm not sure what the logistics or the rationale is, right? But there has been a lot of documentaries out like this lately, like even with Backstreet Boys, with Nick Carter and his RAPE case. There was a whole documentary that was recently done on that because they were tying it into his late brother Aaron Carter's death and some of the ABUSC that he experienced and alluded to in the industry. So it seems that these, platforms are just going full steam ahead with anybody who's ever had any type of ABUSC allegations against them. And they're going full steam ahead with these documentaries and these programs to expose it to a new audience. Because a lot of you were not around when a lot of this at the height was happening, and social media was not what it was back then, or it's not, in some cases didn't even exist. So nonetheless, that is where we are with that. The final story that I want to get to in this particular video is none other than Beyonce, you guys. So Beyonce is on a brand campaign. She's getting all types of deals, all types of quick checks and all these things. It's kind of sus, if you ask me. We'll get to that in a moment as to why. But nonetheless, a new Levi's commercial has come out that is very much sexual. Very much sexual, and it appears Beyonce is getting undressed in front of young girls, right? And it has some people that are pissed off because they find it disgusting, right? So it says the following. This is from the Atlanta Black Star. It says, leave children out of things. Outraged fans call out Beyonce for seemingly getting undressed in front of young girls. She has a new collaboration inspired by her Levi Jeans song from her most recent album, Cowboy Carter. Glad for you to acknowledge the album that is about to fall off the Billboard charts. The multi-Grammy Award winner partnered with Levi's for the multi-chapter global advertising campaign. Reimagine will reinterpret several of the most iconic Levi's advertisements. The campaign's first Marcel Revi directed mini film titled Laundrette is a reimagined version of the clothing company's 19 1985 ad starring British singer and model Nick Cayman. Then it sparks controversy and conversation regarding her skin complexion because she's like super fair. And then it says, my song Levi Jeans celebrates what I believe is the ultimate Americana uniform, something that we all wear with pride. The Break My Soul hitmaker said in a press release. Again, no in-person interviews. She continued, I'm honored to work with Levi's to create a quintessential American iconography. Denim on denim has often been seen through a male lens, so this reimagining campaign, which celebrates the iconic female perspective, is important to me. On September 30th, the brand's official YouTube channel uploaded a 30-second commercial featuring the Houston-bred artist that caused the singer to face more bleaching accusations. The Spiritual World Instagram account reposted images from the Levi's campaign on the social media platform. Some commentators reacted to the video by focusing on Beyonce's skin color. For instance, one person wrote, she gets lighter and lighter each time, LOL. Another said, is this y'all God all bleached out? However, there were some Beyonce supporters that came into her defense and alleged that Beyonce is the same complexion she's ever been. Well, no. We can do a whole video of receipts that's not true. Another Beyonce supporter fired back saying she did not sit the bleep down. It's the blonde hair and the lighting of the camera. Here we go. This is not the first time B has faced allegations of lightening her skin. In November 2023, her appearance at the Renaissance, a film by Beyonce world premiere, drew comparisons to white reality television star Kim Kardashian. Then Beyonce's mom responded to the stupid, ignorant, hating, racist statement suggesting her daughter's skin color has gotten lighter. So despite the clapback, the bleaching allegations resurfaced in July 2024 when Beyonce showed up in a promotional video that aired during the opening ceremony of the 2024 Summer Olympic Games in Paris. And what is gaining outrage in regards to this Levi's commercial right now is some social media users assumed at first, and this was incorrect, that Beyonce was undressing in front of minors in front of the new Levi's campaign. But the two extras in the ad actually are 21-year-old actresses. They just look very young, known as the Rockstar Twins. So a particular image from the Instagram account Spiritual World's carousel also generated outrage, and she was taking off her jeans in a laundromat. And, people thought that these were underage women. They thought that this was being, attracted to kids, basically. And it just irritated me. Why can't they leave children out of things that are not children friendly? These are young minor girls sitting in the background. Baby, before you make accusations like this, please do a bit of research. They're not minors. This is a recreation of an old Levi's ad where a man originally did this. And, yeah, it is ugly right now. It doesn't matter to me at this point, in regards to Beyonce. Here's the thing. Beyonce is in her 40s, and I have no idea, after all of these decades being in the industry, why she is selling sex. I'm just going to say it. Why are you selling sex? Why does it feel like Beyonce at her big age is being pimped out to us? This was not the focus of her career when her father was managing her. When Destiny's Child was out, they weren't selling sex. They were selling women empowerment. So how do we go from that to selling sex, right? And how do we go, this year in particular has just been a mess for Beyonce, right? And it's been several campaigns. We have a Verizon campaign that we still don't understand what the point of it was. We had the Paris Olympics, endorsement, and now we have this Levi's endorsement. We had the rushed release of Cowboy Carter that originally wasn't supposed to be a country album at all. And then we slapped on some 6 or 7 country songs to the vinyl last minute. And then we had, of course, the Hair Caroline that came out, Secret, that came out during Black History Month's promo campaign that you guys were vehemently denying was for Black people only, was for everyone. But still to this day, I've yet to see anybody who is non-Black that has said that they have used Secret, right? And then we have the Sir Davis whiskey that is being pushed upon us. But what's interesting is the timing of all of this, right? The timing of all of this is the whispers keep getting louder and louder as it pertains to Beyonce's husband, Jay-Z. And the connection, because everybody knows that Jay-Z and Diddy were practically BFFs, right? Just like Jay-Z was cool with R. Kelly, right? But he's even closer to Diddy, and they've had business ventures together. They've had all types of ventures together, allegedly, right? So everybody is waiting to see if and when Jay-Z's downfall is going to happen and how much, if any, involvement Beyonce is, right? What all of that entails, what all of that looks like, right? What is going to happen. But what Beyonce is doing, which I find interesting, she is following a Nicki Minaj strategy. She is following a Nicki Minaj approach, which is when Nicki Minaj, remember when her brother was on trial, right? Remember that? What was going on with her brother? And that young girl, remember what happened, right? Anytime there was an upcoming court date, Nicki Minaj, she would go on social media and either do like a social media rant, or she would do something on like Queen Radio or something, or she would like randomly drop a song or just randomly drop a visual. She would randomly just drop things, right? To distract you that there was an active case against her brother that did not look good at all, that basically had him guilty a bleep, and it was not a good look. And Nicki Minaj kept defending him. And this is giving along the same parallels, right? Because I'll have to see it to believe it if Beyonce ever leaves Jay-Z, right? Or does Jay-Z also have something on Beyonce as well in the event that he goes down? So therefore, she's not going to go anywhere. Allegedly, right? But ever since this Diddy stuff, we have been seeing an influx of Beyonce posts more than ever before. And now all of a sudden, all of these endorsements are coming out like bam, bam, bam. And Beyonce's never been like that before. We never hear from Beyonce. And here's the thing of it too, right? Beyonce is promoting Levi's. And this is interesting considering Beyonce has had, 3 or 4 different clothing lines herself? She had her own Darion jeans. I had the House of Darion jumpsuit. I had a pink one before it got to, I think it was City Trends. but that's how long ago. And all of her clothing ventures have flopped. Adidas has flopped. They all have flopped. So now we're at the point where Beyonce has to sign to existing brands and promote their brands. And basically they're trying to use her name and her A-list status to get the people to purchase. But the problem is people are sick of Beyonce and Jay-Z. And I don't think that's computed for the people. People saw how Beyonce and Jay-Z were moving really once the Trayvon Martin thing happened, and people started to realize Beyonce and Jay-Z would attach themselves to whatever was trending at the moment and make money and make dough, right? And then they got close with the Obamas, right? And so everybody was like, oh, power couple this, power couple that, all that. They're close with the Obamas. They're vacationing with the Obamas, blah, 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 blah. But what is all of this sex sell stuff that's taking place right now? Because that's not a part of the Obama brand. That's not a part of the power couple structure. It's just very weird. Like like I said, super light, the blonde wigs, the blonde platinum wigs that's taking place. And it's not just for Levi's. This has been the whole rollout this year, starting with Cowboy Carter. And having what looked to be a variation of an American flag to basically promote to a certain demographic, the Republicans, the country music fans, you were trying to gain other support, and it didn't work. But people are tired. And I think that's what people, I don't think Beyonce and Jay-Z have registered this. I think they're still holding on to the fact that they feel that they're still a power couple, but here's the thing, nobody cares anymore. because everybody is watching to see what is going to happen in the connection to the Diddy case. And now people are also connecting the dots to Aaliyah. They're connecting the dots to all of the black female artists who were blackballed so that Beyonce could be on top. And how closely all of these things are aligned. And then, not to be a coincidence as well, but the J. Cole song, She Knows, randomly disappearing off of YouTube, you guys. That apparently has some coded language in the lyrics that also, they're claiming that it's a copyright issue, right? But I think it's a little bit too convenient and too much of a coincidence. It has millions of views on YouTube and apparently exposes some people, right? And we might do a deep dive into that in another video if I have time. But very interesting timing. That anything that could potentially implicate certain people, certain A-listers, they just want wiped from the internet. And we're supposed to pretend that we do not remember and we do not recall and we don't know anything. No. So nonetheless, there's that. Like I said, I just feel like Beyonce, I don't understand the sex sells movement that she's doing at over 40. It's weird because this wasn't her brand and her father would never. And, she's above this. She's above this. It's giving desperate. It's giving we need the money. And, but it's turning off so many people. It's causing so much outrage. And even if the girls are of age, it still is a negative connotation with what this commercial is trying to represent. And it's not okay. It's not cool at all. So there is that. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Please do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you're notified the moment I post new content on my channel. And with that being said, I'll talk to you guys again very soon.